My name is Leilani Thatcher, a tour guide at the Library of Lost Things. This is The Doorstep Project, Episode 29, Out of the Trenches. Before we begin, we would like to preface this episode with an understanding that not everyone who listens celebrates the 4th of July. While the episode is not exclusively about said holiday, we are going to recognize it. This episode is about freedom in all forms, but it is illustrated in the depiction and remembrance of soldiers. If you are uncomfortable with this or the topic is sensitive to you, we invite you to celebrate your own freedom in your own way, as we do ours. We are back. A month felt like so long to us at the Doorstep Project, but we've had time to catch up on writing episodes. Gavin has a bunch, and I actually wrote a few myself, so we're super excited to be back. This week we have a poem from a listener, Josh. I picked it especially for the 4th of July week. For those who aren't familiar with this American holiday, the 4th of July, I'll give a brief background. The American Revolution officially began on April 19th, 1775, although the colonists had been fighting back against the British for years beforehand. On July 2nd, 1776, these British colonists, now settled in America, declared independence from their home country, and it was officially recognized by the Continental Congress on July 4th. The war officially ended with the signing of the treaty on September 3rd, 1783, although America had to fight the War of 1812 to secure their station as a full-fledged nation. The Revolutionary War did not end without massive casualties on both sides. American troops lost somewhere between 25,000 and 75,000 soldiers during this time period, many of which died as prisoners of war or from disease and lack of resources rather than actual battle. The British reported 13,820 soldiers dead, including German and British troops. This is just a snippet of history, and only from one section of the world. When we think about wars from around the world, wars like World War I and II, the wars fought by other nations for their independence, and smaller wars, often overlooked by so much of the world, fought in Africa, India, and other nations, we often think of our soldiers. Veterans still alive, and those we lost during the course of their service. This world is often divided, but one thing every nation has in common is the loss of soldiers, warriors fighting a battle in our hometown or across the seas. This poem, titled Out of the Trenches, is read today not just in remembrance of the American Revolution, not just in remembrance of American soldiers. Instead, we at the Doorstep Project dedicate this poem to soldiers around the world. We have lost many of our brothers and sisters fighting wars and battles for freedom. We have seen many of these warriors return from battle having lost friends and family. We recognize and honor you all today. Out of the trenches, the officer cries, as our small town boys from the trenches arise. Out of the trenches, the order is given, honor for victory, our brave men's mission. Out of the trenches, our heroes hear as their brothers die, a not known fear. Out of the trenches, our little kids see many bullets passing by and smoky debris. Out of the trenches, our little lads fight, going on forever and into the night. Out of the trenches, our victors return, tired and weary, fighting with an endless burn. Out of the trenches, we bow our heads in remembrance of our comrades dead. Today is not about this country. Tomorrow, those who celebrate the 4th of July will light fireworks, barbecue, swim, and play. But today is about remembering that before we could celebrate any freedom we have today, we had to mourn. Thank you for listening to The Doorstep Project. This audio drama was created and produced by Family Friendly Podcasts. If you enjoyed the podcast, leave a rating and review on your podcast app of choice or share it with a friend. Leilani and the project will be back next week. Until then, write every day. One day your story could be in a museum. The Doorstep Project is produced by Family Friendly Podcasts. It was written, edited, and performed by AJ Barton. Sound effects for this podcast are provided by Zapsplat. Music used in this podcast includes Americana by Kevin MacLeod and Reawakening by Kevin MacLeod, licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. You can learn more at his website, incompetech.com, or at creativecommons.org. Both music and sound effects have been changed and edited by AJ Barton. Links for websites, information, and contact can be found in the description of the episode. Would you like to submit your story or art to the Doorstep Project? You can find information for story submission at familyfriendlypodcast.com/The Doorstep Project. Information on CC by 4.0 licenses can be found at creativecommons.org.